I'm your fairy godmother, honey.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be using some dual forms to do my toes. I want to let you guys know that I do have full cover tips on my toes. You can either do this method or you can prep your nails appropriately without the nail tips, and I will go ahead and link that video in my description box on how to prep your nails before putting your polygel on. You will basically do those same exact steps and then proceed with your polygel and your dual forms. So I'm using these little toe spreaders. They're really for bunions, y'all, but these helped me so good keeping my toes separated from each other. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm just going to dehydrate my nails with acetone. And even though I'm using full cover tips, I'm still going to do this step. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with primer directly after that. You just want to make sure your surface is really, really clean. If you're doing this on your regular nail bed, you want to make sure you get that ashy look when you dehydrate. Um, and then you're gonna go in with primer. I like to do 2 coats of primer on each nail. Um, Sometimes I let it dry in between, but I just kind of did both layers in one. You want to let that dry a little bit, and then what we're going to do right after that, we're going to go in with some base coat, and we're just going to go ahead and put a good, beautiful coat on each nail. Make sure your nails are saturated from sidewall to sidewall. Um, Making sure you didn't leave anything uncovered because you do not want your nails popping off. Um, I hope you guys missed me. I missed you guys. It is currently October 28th while I'm editing this, but I am going to drop videos all the way up into Halloween. I've been doing my Halloween sets on live on TikTok. I'm not even going to lie to you guys, and sometimes I don't record like the full length videos because it just takes so long for me to edit when I'm doing like a lot of nail art. But anyways, I'm using these dual forms right here. They have some toe dual forms, but these dual forms come big enough for your toes because they have that zero, and that zero is huge in my opinion. So make sure you get a dual form that reaches sidewall to sidewall or is like a little bit off. And then you want to go ahead and put a good amount of product in there. And then I'm just going to use my brush and pat it out from sidewall to sidewall inside of that dual cover tip. Um, Sorry y'all, I keep saying Then what you want to do is, so you want to make sure this product is not super bulky. You're going to have bulk anyways because you're using dual forms, and I feel like it's very hard to not have a bulky nail with dual forms just because you want to make sure it's not see-through. And even though I did all of this, the nail was still see-through, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is I don't put this tip directly close to my cuticle area. And if you did watch dual form videos and they put it all the way close to their cuticle area, and that's why they have like a lot of bleeding, like flooding the cuticle and all of that. You do not want that. So what I'm going to do to stop that from happening is I'm going to leave a little bit of space from my cuticle area, and then I'm going to cure it like that. Once you're done doing all of this, you're going to go in with a second bead. So the dual tips are to set your foundation. That is it. Anybody that tells you differently is lying to you because I tried to do it with being super close to the cuticle, da 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 da, it did not work. I promise you. It looks so crazy. So I had to go in, file, and redo this so I could figure out a good method for you guys. And as you can see, I cured it and some bled out. So you can clip that off with a cuticle nipper or you can file it off. Um that's what I ended up doing. I did that part off camera, but I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of the nails. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this video. I am going to keep this video in real time because I don't want you guys to miss anything. This is my first time ever doing dual forms. The last time I did, I only did one toe, and that shit looked crazy. So, um, this is my first time ever doing this, and I want you guys to see everything that I'm doing. Now that I'm done with that, and you do have to cure each nail. This is not like nothing changed. You still have to cure between each nail. And now I'm clipping down the length. I want to make sure I leave enough to file still, just because you guys know I like my nails on the longer side, but they're not going to be this long. So I'm going to clip them down good enough to where I want them to be. And then I'm going to go in with my second bead. So like I said, the extra little bit amount that bled out on that second nail that I did, I just clipped that bulk off with the nippers, but you can file it or you can leave it. But honestly, if you leave it, it might not come out correctly. So, um, you might find yourself doing a lot of filing and then it might leave like a line. So I did go ahead and clip that and like buffed it a little bit. And now I'm going in with a small bead close to my cuticle area, and I'm just going to go ahead and close up that gap, and I'm just gonna do this on all of the nails. So hopefully, like I'll be honest with you guys, using dual forms is longer for me because it's easier for me to do the other way because I've been doing that for so long. But if I'm being honest, I love how these came out. Like I don't know what it is, but they came out kind of better than my other foot that I did with just regular tips. So, yeah, it takes practice, I feel like, and because I know how to use polygel and work with it, it's easier for me. So, one thing I do want to tell you guys is if you're getting into polygel, you have to really practice, and you're not going to get it perfect all the time. I will say that your application process has a lot to do with the brush that you use. I just upgraded to this brush that I'm using. I will link it. It's actually in my storefront. So my storefront will be in my description box. Anything that I use for polygel toes or polygel nails will be in my description on my storefront, and I made a specific list for you guys with all the polygels that I use, with all the products that I use for polygel toes and polygel nails. I will go ahead and put these dual forms in there as well. But there's also toe dual forms, but I really don't think they're anything different, if I'm being honest. They might have some wider range of sizes just because some people have like wider toes from sidewall to sidewall. I, however, was able to get away with the zero. So yeah. Um, as as far as like the big toe, the little toes are always you're always gonna find your size for the little toes because nobody has no huge small toes. Come on now. That big toe is always the one that you have to look for. But yeah, I went ahead and finished all of my nails, and now I'm just using acetone to go ahead and clean off that sticky tacky layer. Also, if you guys did not catch that, I did cure in between each nail. Even though you guys did not see me go underneath the lamp, I did cure in between each nail for 60 seconds. Um, and after wiping that sticky tacky layer off, I'm just going in with the emery board, and I am using 100 by 180 grit. I do not use 80 by 80 grit anymore. I just feel like 80 by 80 takes too much off sometimes. I would go in to clean up with 80 by 80 grit, but as far as like really getting in there, I use 180 by 100. So you guys can see that these things are extra bulky. So I'm going in with my ceramic bit. I'm not really sure what this one is called. Usually I use barrel bits. This one is like a cone shape. just so that I'll be able to get that bulk from underneath my nail. So the thing is with dual forms, you're gonna always have to file underneath your nails. And the reason for that is because it's really inevitable to prevent the product from bulking, like and spreading everywhere, or like being um not even in some places. So you want to fix that. And this little small bit, this cuticle bit, I'm using that to seal my cuticle because I don't want these to pop off. I don't want any lifting or anything like that. But I'm just going to do that to all of the nails, and then I'm going to show you guys how I get underneath the nail as well. Right here, I use the cuticle bit. I prefer to use the cuticle bit just because that's my skin right there, and I don't want to burn my skin off with this one that I was using, because I did end up like it got really hot and I ended up kind of catching my skin a little bit. So you do want to use a smaller bit when you're going underneath your nails like that, especially on your toes. And now I'm just cleaning off the rest of the bulk. And as you can see, like it's shaping up really nicely. Now it's starting to look like a toe. So like a toenail. And now we're just gonna go ahead and get this dust off the desk. I'm gonna dust my nails off, and then I'm going in with some cuticle oil to get that ashy look off of the nails. Um, and I'm just gonna use a little small buffer. These toe spreaders really, they ate down, okay? They really came in handy. I thought that I was not gonna like them. I thought they were gonna feel weird, but they got really, really comfortable. I think people use these. It's like a bunion type of thing, and they use them when they like wear shoes. But this worked perfectly for like spreading your toes to do your nails. Even when you need to paint your nails, like yeah, y'all need to go get you some of these. They're in my storefront as well under Polygel nails slash toes. That is the list of everything that I use, from the Polygel colors all the way down to the brush. And yeah, this is how the base looks. Look at my nails. They look so good. I went from what? Them was claws. Them was meaty claws. From that to this. So once again, it does take practice, but I feel like the dual forms will help you guys with the initial, like that first bead. I really feel like that's what the dual forms will help you guys with, like that foundation bead. So yeah, now I'm just gonna do some French tips. If you guys want this color, it's in a pack, and I will link that in my storefront as well. Um, I will link the direct link in my description. But if you guys have any problems with doing French tips on your toes, what you want to do is put a line directly across it, and then you want to go from corner to corner and meet in the middle basically. So that corner is just going to connect it, and then you just want to round it out. I don't really know if I can explain that. I hope you guys are watching. um But it was just very simple. This is in real time. It took me 2 seconds. And this is just me measuring my French tip to make sure I got it the right size. Like I said, that other foot was done with tips. And if you did not watch that short that I did, those are the toes on my other foot. So yeah, I've seen that a lot of people have a hard time doing polygel toes still, so I wanted to give you guys another alternative, and hopefully this tutorial helped you guys. I love you guys so much. I know that I've been MIA, and I said that I was going to do a whole bunch of polygel Halloween sets, but if I'm being honest, I did so many sets that I didn't even record because I did not like how they came out. And I don't know. I think I'm just ready for like all my fall sets. Like Halloween is cool, spooky season is cool. I did do a what is that? A Nightmare on Elm Street set that I did record. I am gonna drop that for you guys. Also, I did just before I get into that, I did just top coat these, and you want to make sure you clean up any extra product before curing in the lamp. This is how they came out. I'm going to go ahead and put some cuticle oil on, and then I'm going to put my feet side by side to show you guys that one side is with the tips and one side is with the dual forms. I personally like how the dual form side came out. Like, I don't know. Is this my new method? Maybe. It kind of takes a little bit longer, but this is the tip side that I used, and the other foot is the dual form side. They look similar, but I don't know. I feel like the dual form side is just so much softer in shape. I could be tripping. Let me know what you guys think down below, you guys. Um, but yeah, I did do a few Halloween sets that I did record, so I will be dropping them all the way up into Halloween. I will see you guys in the next one, and please don't forget to follow my TikTok. I will link it down in my description box. See you guys in the next one. Bye, babes. Mwah.